Hey everybody, today's Wednesday, April 17th, and we're at our pavilion, which is at the top of our land. We took the pups for their first ride in the truck. Aside from their trip to the vet right after they were born, they don't remember that. They went for their first ride in the truck today, which we'll do several of those. We come up here to the top of our land, just to the pavilion, and give the puppies a new experience of exploring someplace they've never been before. It helps us identify components of their personality that we wouldn't otherwise be able to experience. So there's lots of different opinions about puppy personalities and how to do temperament testing, but universally accepted is you got to get the puppy in a new environment and see how they behave. So depending on when that happens and how old they are, there's lots of different opinions on that. So these pups, they're 5 weeks old now, and this is their first time here. So I'm going to let you kind of observe them as I observe them, and we'll start taking notes of some of their personalities. So they got a ride in the truck. We've got the truck set up so that the pups can ride back there comfortably and be safe back there. It's all covered, it's insulated, it's somewhat climate controlled. We can open up the window of the cab and be able to let the fresh air back to the pups and things like that. And so I put the camera poking into the back of the truck as soon as I got here. It's about a 7-minute slow mode drive in the truck from our house up our driveway to this part of our land. And so I wanted to see the pups' behaviors after we first got here, and so I'll show that part. I apologize about the noise. We've got a very windy day today, and we're not outside of our frost-free date yet. So we still kind of have our greenhouse panels on the pavilion and the plastic flaps in the wind. So you're gonna hear that. I apologize about that in the background. But you're gonna be able to see that these pups, they're here in this new environment, but this, and they're also hearing different sounds that they've never heard before. As this plastic flexes and bows in the wind, it's kind of making a popping noise. So these pups have never heard that. We've still got the pavilion kind of in winter mode. We've got a few things covered in plastic still. We still got our patio heaters out, which is what we use, you know, when we have pups up here and when we hang out here in the off-season months and want to enjoy this area. So these pups, they're kind of getting acclimated for the first time to a new environment that they've never been in before. The only thing that's familiar to them is we have these wood shavings that they're used to that we have still spread out. And the reason why we still have wood shavings spread out is we got a potty going on over here. So I got to clean that up here in a second. I'm on poop patrol for those events. But these wood shavings kind of give the pups a slight sense of familiarity, and then everything new is totally novel to them, like this whole experience. So you're gonna see the pups walk around. They're gonna carry themselves a little differently than they normally would as they start to experience this. You'll see some walking cautiously as they approach something new. You'll see others starting to go confidently, and we've got potty break number 2 going on. I've got to get caught up on that. Let me pause the video really fast. I'll get caught up on these 2 potty breaks, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're caught up on potty breaks. So something that we do as far as determining some personality temperament type things is we look at puppy body language a lot. They cannot tell us specifically, you know, that they're happy, that they're sad. You know, with words, their body language says a lot. So how they walk, how confident they are when they walk. You know, we've been able to observe them in our home with each other in a very familiar space, and how they behave with each other and everything like that. And so we know that these pups are going to take a minute to get acclimated. How they behave here is a pretty good indicator of how confident that they are. And all the pups will acclimate to this new environment, but it's just a matter of which ones acclimate faster. That tells us a few things. Which ones kind of get that happy, bouncy spring in their step, and how fast do they get that? How long does it take them? That tells us a lot about confidence and things like that. So you'll see some of them start to get their zoomy mode on a little bit faster. That tells us a little bit about confidence and things like that. You'll see some of them kind of stay a little bit more reserved, and until they become familiar with this space. You know, this space is a pretty good space. It's 16 by 20 is the footprint of it. So there's a lot of new nooks and crannies for them to explore. We do family barbecues up here and things like that. We got propane tanks, and we've got lots of seating for when we have friends over and things like that. We've got the banquet tables. So there's a lot of new things, new obstacles for these guys to experience for the first time. You might see them run and smash into something because they're just not used to new traffic around them and things like that. So we've got some puppy toys up here that they can play with and things like that. So this is all going to give you some indicators for some of their personality differences. I'll let you guys be the judge on a lot of different things. I just want to give you guys some of the matrix of what to look for as far as their disposition, things like that. So how they hold their head, how they hold their tails. You know, a puppy on the move that's intent on something is going to kind of have a tail that stands up or straight out. A puppy that's getting excited is going to have that waggy tail. Like when these pups are right by me, you'll see them get a waggy tail. That's because they're happy to be around me. They get a comfort level right off the bat that their tail gets happy. Sometimes you can tell by how they hold their head. You know, if they've got their nose to the ground, obviously that's telling us that they are looking to experience where they're going and everything like that. If they have their head kind of pointed straight out in a direction that they're walking, they're seeming more intent on trying to figure something out and go someplace. If their head is like straight up, you know, from their body, held higher, that's kind of a confident, passive, confident walk that they have and things like that. I've talked about the little bit of the spring in their step, tells us a few things. So there's a lot that we learn from the puppies in our home. We can see them interacting with each other, but there's a lot that we would never otherwise know without taking them someplace completely new like this. So sometimes the pups will huddle around us. Like right now, I'm getting down low and I'm talking, so I'm making a lot of noise and kind of being interesting. I've got several of the pups that have congregated around me. That's not a super clear indication of people oriented, but the Vizsla is definitely very people oriented. So it's natural for them to come and hang out close to me. But right now I do expect the pups to spend a fair bit of time away from me. But I do expect them to come in and check in with me periodically as they spread out. I expect them to range out from me, go figure something out, and then come back shortly after that they find something new and kind of get bored with it, and then they'll come back. And so that's typical for this breed, is with a hunting breed, they are genetically kind of more inclined to range out and then check back in, range out, check back in, range out, look back to their master and figure out what do they do next. And then at this age, it's normal canine instinct to not want to get lost from their pack. So they don't range out very far. They want to go explore something, and then they want to kind of recongregate with their pack so that they don't get left behind as the pack moves around. And so you'll see some of those behaviors as you watch these pups experience this space for the first time. Today is a great day to do this. Aside from the wind, the weather's perfect. It is a nice breezy day. The sun is out, and we've got two of the greenhouse panels down. I had thought about letting the pups come out to explore the puppy play yard area that we set up here at our pavilion specifically for puppy play times, and I'll see if I have the pups go out and do that. I want to see them in this space first for a minute and let you get kind of a feel for the puppy's behavior in this space. I'm gonna stand up farther and put the camera down lower, so pardon me while I move the camera around. But we got a wrestling match right there with gray and yellow, and we got Mr. Red, got dark blue, purple, there's Mr. Gray, we got light blue and pink having a wrestling match right now, and that's normal behavior. So do you see how blue just kind of backed off? But for a minute he was actually the initiator of that for a minute. We've got Miss Teal here. Right behind me sitting down was Mr. Red, and we've got Mr. Black here, and then coming back over here we got dark blue. Here's Mr. Orange, and who do we got over here? I think red moved over here. Nope, that's dark pink. So we got dark pink over here. So dark pink's talking to us a little bit. She's indicating a little bit of a mama's girl moment where she's saying, I'm in someplace new and where's mama? So she's looking for some comfort from mom. I'm going to approach her and just kind of give her some soothing touch for her so that she knows, you know, mama's not here, but she's gonna be fine. We got Mr. Green. I don't think I've showed him up close yet. So here's Mr. Green. So as these pups play, they're gonna start to wind down a little bit and use up some of their gas in their tank and want to kind of go to sleep and take a nap. Preemptively, I want to open up this space for him here. So we just have a couple of these balusters we can take out and make a little spot. So when we put up our pavilion, we didn't exactly know what we were gonna do out here. We have about a 3-foot terrace of rock out here. It's quite steep. These pups have never navigated anything like that. But I'm going to just climb over here and start to coax them out. Oh, we got Miss Light Pink. She's being the brave one first out the door. Not that she's the bravest of the group. She's just the first one that found the outlet. So we're gonna let her head up the trail and play outside here on the hill. I'll kind of keep an eye on them, and then I'm gonna help the others figure out the doorway and coming out so that Light Pink will have some company out here, and then she'll be feeling a little more confident to get out and explore. We've got Green and Red coming on their own out the doorway. You can see the others are starting to figure out, hey, there's secret passageway out here, and they want to start coming out. So Dark Pink, she's feeling a little bit more comfortable about things and wanting to find their way out. I apologize, we've got a wide space on this, so the pup's feet can kind of get sideways coming through there. Over here, pups. We got a couple of these guys still figuring out which way is the out. I'll help these other ones climb up and out. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good puppies. We got yellow. We got orange. So Dark Blue, he really wants to come out. He's like, I know where I want to go. He hasn't figured out. There it is. Good boy. Good boy. You figured it out. Good. Okay, Teal, right here. Teal was trying to come out. She poked her nose where it was not the opening. So, okay, I think I've got them all. I might have missed one, but we're gonna start headed up the trail. Okay, come on. Come on. So we've got some indicators of confidence. We had Light Pink and Teal come this way first and adventure out farthest first. We've got Mr. Gray. He's taken a step out a little farther. We've got the other pups a little bit more cautiously staying back to some familiar territory over there. We've got Miss Yellow. She has adventured quite a ways for her first trip up the hill. So this is quite a steep hill right here. For puppies, it's very passable, but it takes them a minute to get comfortable on the hillside. We got Dark Blue coming up and Red coming up. These guys are all taking a minute to get their bearings and get some confidence going. Come on, come on. Good puppies, good puppies. So a couple of these guys are figuring out the rock terrace. That's a lot of agility that they've got to navigate to get up and down that. It's pretty common for puppies to get stuck their first time. I'm gonna help Teal, just so she doesn't roll down. So Black, Mr. Black and Green were the last to really kind of venture off of, I call it the drawbridge. It's just a little platform I built from the pavilion across this terrace that we can remove as needed. So Black has yet to venture out. We have Purple, who made her way back in the pavilion. We'll see if she figures out the opening by herself again. So Black is hanging back the most out of those pups. And then, oh, we had Gray do a little bit of a tumble on the hill right there, but he recovered well and is headed back up. Got Light Blue figuring out the terrace. We got Pink, Light Pink figuring it out. Over here we've got Orange, still hanging back quite a bit. Look, Purple found her way on her own back out. She's feeling pretty good about coming back out. We've got Orange. So Black he's definitely getting some confidence. He's starting to venture off of what he felt like was his safe space, because I was right there, helped him to that space, and then all of this is brand new. So, oh, we got light blue that's can't get it in four-wheel drive enough to back himself back up, and he's headed so far steep that he couldn't get it into four-wheel drive fast enough to get back. So we help him out through there. So dark blue has found his way around the edge of this down to the bottom of the terrace. We've got gray that worked his way back in. We got dark pink. Black is coming up. Here we go, black. Here we go. Oh, backed up a little bit. Black's starting to acclimate, but it's taking him a minute. So, haven't had any pups venture all the way out to the perimeter of this space. So I'm just guessing. I think this space is about 40 by 60. If I had to, I've never measured it. I should have measured it, but I bet we're about 40 foot by 60 foot. So it's a pretty good little open space, and then we put some wood chips down so that we don't have to deal with mud and things like that. And I didn't want to put grass in because I didn't want to mow it up here. So it's just a nice, fun space for pups to come and explore. Oh, we got Black that's worked his way down the terrace. Good boy, Black. Good boy. Come on. Work your way back up. You can do it. That was pretty adventurous for Black to head down that far. I hear him talking to me a little bit. He needs to put it in four-wheel drive and get his feet. He's kind of hung up on one big rock. Let's see if he'll do it. He's just got to take one good step to come up that. Good. He got it. He got it. Good boy, Black. Good boy. Good boy. So we got dark pink, orange. He tried to do a backflip. He got turned upside down by another puppy there for a minute. So we have light pink and green that found their way back through the door. We got dark or light blue that's working on the doorway. Green, good boy, Green, good. Green found his way back through there. That's pretty good little step for the pups to figure out. It's not a proper step, and honestly, the lumber right here is quite smooth with the stain on it. So getting them figured out up and down that sometimes is tricky. It's a good little puppy test for us. So who else do we have coming down the track here? So we got a few of the pups that worked their way back in. Orange, light blue, dark blue, light pink. Dark pink is trying to take a nap. She's slowing down. She's played and played. Teal is starting to take a nap. They're just laying down. They've used up a little bit of their gas in their tank for playing. So pretty much when they've used up all their gas in their tank, then I'll stop the video and start another segment of the video and give you an up close look at the pups, current markings and everything about them, so you can see their head and their shape of everything, kind of like what we did with the intro video and everything else. I'm gonna walk up the hill and see who I can coax farther away from their safety net. So we do have one puppy back to the pavilion that's taking a potty break in the pavilion. That's why we put the shavings down. Keeps things from being a sticky, gooey mess when they need to take a potty break. Okay, puppies, Come on, puppies. Come on. So this is gonna be a good test for confidence to see who wants to venture out the farthest first away from their comfort zone. Come on. Come on, puppies. Come on. Hey, come on, puppies. Come on. Come on, puppies. Come on, puppies. So, dark blue coming up the hill first. There's a lot of wind right now. I think that's making the pups pretty cautious at the moment. But look at dark blue. Look at you, dark blue. Mr. Brave. Yeah. So dark blue's presence is gonna potentially help magnetize some of these more reserved pups up here. Let's see who comes next. So dark blue's working his way back to the group. And it looks like there's a chance that we've used enough of their gas tank that they may not want to venture out too much. They're just more in the I'm gonna hang out and rest mode. They're all kind of in their comfort zone down there and not feeling too ambitious about getting too much farther away. Dark Pink's thinking about it. She stepped out into the sun, the sunny part. Look at Dark Pink. Look at her point, the little tree blowing. So there is a red oak acorn that sprouted right there. Did you see her pointing that? It was blown in the wind, flapping, looking like some feathers, perhaps. And she had her nose going after that little tiny seedling. And now so Dark Pink is the first to venture up the hill away from the others, showing the most amount of confidence there. Hi, Dark Pink. Got her nose to the ground, figuring out life with her scent. Oh, we got Green. I missed it. Green came up, ventured out a little bit farther next. So Dark Pink, look at her go. Hi, Dark Pink. How are you? Oh, we got another. Oh, Dark Blue is back. So we got Dark Blue coming back out. And we've got some of them that are actually taking a nap on the little space, the drawbridge over there. We got Yellow. Yellow, you came up. Hello, Miss Yellow. How are you? Yeah, look at that tail. That tail's pretty confident and happy to see me. Dark Pink is probably saying a story with me a little bit, saying, where's Mama? I came out here looking for Mama, haven't found her yet. So these pups are actually doing really good for their first big adventure to this space, totally novel space for the first time. A lot of temperament testing is done on a one-time basis, meaning they don't test a puppy, 4 times over the course of 4 days. They do a one-time test, and those scores stand basically off of that first experience. Gives them their biggest indicators about some personality type things. So these guys are really starting to slow down. We got Orange taking a nap, Black taking a nap, we got Light Blue, taking a nap. Dark blue is laying down. So based off of enough of these pups hanging out here for a second and not getting too far from home, I may be starting the selection process next with their up close shots of them next. We'll bring them all back into the pavilion. They'll probably all go to sleep at my feet, and then I'll pick them up and give you the up close look at all of these pups. So let's start gathering them back in. I just step over the railing here. Try not to step on a puppy. And see who I can coax back in. Come on. So we got dark blue following me. Red followed me pretty quickly. Come on. Oh, that was an adventurous leap of faith, Mr. Green. That was brave. So we've got yellow, thinking about it. Purple's already been in and out a few times. She might say, no, I just want to stay in here. Oh, we got purple. Okay, that was light pink. Yellow's through, and everybody else is pretty well asleep. I'm gonna have to probably hand collect those and bring them in. I doubt I'm gonna be able to coax them away from that. So just give me a second while I close up the shop on that. I'll put the camera on the chair here. Close up the passageway so I can't get anybody else escaping while I do that. Come back in. So we got light pink there. Orange made his way back out, so did red. So we'll bring red back. We'll bring black. Come here, black. There you go. Got light blue, teal, and pink. They're way over here. So we got teal and pink coming up. Here you go, girls. Good girls. How was that for fun? How was that? So next, I'm gonna kind of put myself in the middle here and start to set up the camera a little bit different. We'll get the pups collected around my feet, and then they'll start to fall asleep. Then we'll start the next segment of the video with the up close of each one. So I'm getting things set up with the camera, and this is how we've kind of ended the gas tank of energy. We got black that has been huddling close to me. Dark blue's been looking for mama. Light blue, still trying to find a place to settle in, but will probably use his brother as a pillow when dark blue gets laid down. We've got red asleep right here, green asleep, dark pink, orange, purple, teal, gray, yellow, and then on this far side, light pink around the propane tank. So they all just tried to take a nap with a view. And they just all collected along this side while I was getting my notes and everything set up for us, and battery pack so our battery doesn't die on the camera. And so I'm gonna start collecting these guys, get them close, huddled around my feet here, and we'll see how that goes with getting everybody collected. So hang tight for a second while I get the camera plugs put back together. So Dark Blue is singing us a song over there, looking for Mama. As you can see earlier, he was brave about exploring, but at the same time he also looks for Mama for some comfort. So getting pups to stay put after they have fallen asleep sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. So the trick is to get a couple of them at the same time to cuddle together and use each other as a pillow.